Howdy, folks. I'm back. After last night's brutal attack, I got a little rest just to wake up to a 6.0 magnitude off the coast of British Columbia here on the Juan de Fuca. Last night we were talking about 6.0 energy possibly coming down the system after our two deep quakes over here off of Fiji. And we were tracking stuff that was going through this area. Let me get that better. There we go. We were tracking stuff going through this area, releasing energy and stuff, and moving on down the system, especially around Kamchatka Peninsula here. Well, what has happened now is this energy has made its way all the way across here and has set off a 6.0 earthquake at a shallow depth of 7.3 kilometers right here on the Juan de Fuca. This is not a joke, folks. This is a warning for the West Coast now. It's time to take this seriously. We just had a 6.0 on the Juan de Fuca right along this, in between these two fulcrum points, okay? So we got energy, 6.0 or greater energy. You know, the USGS downgrades these quakes. We all know they do. And after last night's event, it wouldn't surprise me if the real readings from this quake were a 6.66 and they downgraded it to a 6.0 just to kind of round things off nice and even, if you know what I mean. And we got this energy coming in. We have this quake swarm that's going on here at the geysers. So I would look for possibly more activity around this area. A quake anywhere south of this, anywhere south of this quake along the Juan de Fuca, possibly here at this point, this three-way junction point right here. Okay, right off the tip, we could possibly see a 6.0 or greater here. Anywhere south of that quake, and let's just go all the way down. Here's the Bay Area where I was reporting on a lot of pressure being released from that area. We'll go over to that instrument in a minute, but as we go down, you can see we've had small quakes on both sides of the plate. A small one here at the geysers with our swarming event, and then down here on the Pacific side of the plate, right on the coast. And these are just small ones for right now, but this is our main concern. This shows us we have 6.0 or greater energy that has made it around the bend and has now come down and is struck with a first quake here at 6.0 off the coast of British Columbia here, okay? Now, we all know that this stuff travels down these fracture zones. So it's already, let's zoom in just a tad bit more. I want you to see these two fracture zones, how it splits. There's one on this side and one on this side. The pressure has already traveled down this side right here. It's going to continue traveling down that side, I believe, and hitting possibly a fulcrum point here, a fulcrum point there, here, there. I mean, the whole thing is just loaded with fulcrum points. And you can see that this quake struck in between two of them. There's one right here, and there's an opposite one right there. And this struck right in the middle of these two fulcrum points. That is definitely the 6.0 energy traveling down these faults, both of them, okay? And then it's one plate, okay? So it joins back up together. Both of these join back up together here. So I would expect possibly a quake right here, all right? Right off the coast. And with the 6.0 or greater, you know, probably no tsunami, but if there is more energy still trapped in this Juan de Fuca with the 6 releasing some of it, hopefully it'll be a lower quake and nothing bigger. But for right now, I'm putting the entire West Coast, everything south of British Columbia. That includes all of Washington, all of Oregon coast, all of California coast, all the way down. In fact, this now just, now that I look at it a little deeper, this extends all the way down, I would say 6.0 energy, all the way down to the Cocos Plate here. And let's pray we get some energy release along the way, and we don't have a big quake in this plate area as well, because that would not, that could possibly, be very dangerous. So at this moment, for the entire West Coast, I would say from Panama all the way up to BC, this whole stretch right here is on high alert for 6.0 activity from this moment on. Okay? This object is still around. There are more inbound objects on the way. Excuse me. And let's come over to this instrument real quick. I want to take a peek here. Let's refresh it so we got current data. All right. This is our SO2 emissions. And let's take a little peek here at the Bay Area. Now, last night, this plume was dark. This was a lot darker and in a different shape. So it appears to have lessened, which is good. That means there's less pressure popping or pushing gas out. So this has two effects. It releases pressure, but it's also, that pressure is also traveling. So hopefully it's going to dump something, nothing too major, but we are talking 6.0 energy coming down the pike, heading towards our hot spot, or our quake swarm area here at the geysers. And let me make a couple adjustments here. It's this one, I think. Yeah, let's go to all magnitudes, 7 days, okay? And then we're going to pull that out of the way and then zoom in to our quake swarm here at the geysers, all right? And you can see that it has grown since yesterday. I mean, we were having more and more quakes here. This area is now a new active hotspot zone for releasing energy. There's magma on the move underneath that. This is a weak spot in the crust. There's a geyser there, so we could possibly see some kind of, earthquake activity around here. Possibly those geysers getting hotter or spewing, erupting. The geysers erupting like Old Faithful or whatever. Okay, so. And as we back out a little bit, you can see this area of Northern California in the last week has been peppered with these little, not micro quakes, but smaller. No, thank you. I don't need a robocall in the middle of an important alert. These guys are clowns. All right, now, as we come up here, see this little quake here on the tip right here? This is a little 2.9, but this is the area I would expect to probably might get hit next with this 6.0 energy right up above, all right? So you can see how it travels down. This is an older quake. This is a 4.0 from the 9th, okay? So this is all activity from the last week that you're looking at here, okay? And you can see up here around Seattle area, little bits going on. So we have that going on. Then, as I'm reporting, we have these 3 new little red quakes. Here's this one here. Here's another one here. and this one right here are all brand new since I just started going live. All right, these two are dumping off energy right on the San Andreas, just south of the Bay Area. All right, so things are moving right now. It's shaking really. It's tremoring. Let's say that this whole area right here is slowly tremoring in anticipation, I believe, of this energy coming in. It's like if you put a lot of pressure, say you're, how do I put this? Like, say you're taking a hammer and you're holding the handle and you got the head of the hammer on the table. It's standing on the table and you're pushing down with the hammer so hard that the hammer starts to shiver a little bit. It's not striking the table. It's made contact. You're holding it vertically by the handle, trying to push it through the table. And it won't go through the table, but the handle's shaking, right? The handle's shaking because so much force from the head of that hammer trying to go through something dense like a table, it won't go through, and all of a sudden this energy builds up in the handle of the hammer and it starts to quiver. Okay, we are seeing quivering going on right now just south of the Bay Area and over here a little bit. All right, this is important. Okay, you guys, it's not the big one or whatever, but if we did have a 6.0 or a 6.5 go off in the Bay Area, it could do quite a bit of damage and would disrupt a lot of stuff, right? Okay? Any anywhere in this area. It could hit LA. It could hit Malibu. It could hit anywhere along the West Coast. Anywhere south of this quake, I believe. There could be some back pressure. We'll have a little something maybe north of it too, but this has traveled, like I said, from over here all the way around and coming down and striking here. Now, something else is going on right now, just as I've gone live. We have more red little quakes going on up here at this fulcrum point, just off this fulcrum point here in Alaska. This swarm area here in Alaska has 4 new quakes in it just now. This one right here is brand new just now since I went live. This is a 4.7, just south of the Kamchatka Peninsula here. Okay, so there is energy out there. It is on the move. Everything is quivering right now. Okay, you see here, Hawaii just had a quake now, right in the middle. Right in the middle of all of this, Hawaii just had a quake. It's a 2.2. It's nothing big, but it is activity. And then now over here, just south of Texas, this is a 3.0 at a depth of 6.6. Yeah. Just since I went live, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quakes that just happened since I opened up this instrument and went live. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I know what we can do. Can we take this part down? Yeah. Let's put the whole thing in perspective here, shall we? Can we get everything in there? All right. Boom. That's about it right there. There's our good shot. Okay, this is a week's worth of activity, okay? But what you're seeing is how it travels from here, goes up here, it builds up. We have quake swarms, makes the corner, comes down. We have our new quake swarm at the geysers. We're having activity in Washington, okay? So this further back perspective kind of shows you a little bit. It'll give your brain a better idea of what's going on. when you would look at it like this, okay? So the one spot that's out of the frame kind of is just down here. This is the Fiji region where all our deep quakes start, right? We get our, our deep quake, and it starts traveling down the system. It's dumping off stuff all the way along. It splits. Energy goes up along this and over, right? To fulcrum points. We all know this goes down. It also splits and goes up through this system and pushes pressure out 360 degrees from wherever the deep quake is. It radiates out, right? So it travels down these weak fracture zones like ba-doom, bing, ba-boom, dropping off earthquakes at fulcrum points or weak parts in the crust. We have it. It causes quakes in weird, diverse areas like this one. It's kind of odd off the coast of South Saudi Arabia here. It even travels into like Africa, and Africa's not really known for a lot of quakes, but they're having quakes. It comes all the way over and finally, finishes off at the Mid-Atlantic Ridge with earthquakes like this one at a 5.1. And there was another one somewhere. Yeah, it was down here. There was two down here that finally met up along this Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Okay, and that's where it all finishes off and then starts all over again. Okay, and here's another fulcrum point that we talk a lot about here, this part in South America. So it can travel all the way down this and still hit here. When we look at these plates and these conjunction areas like this where pressure comes in from here, comes in from there, and there's spots, these fulcrum points like this are places to watch out for as well. Okay? And those fulcrum points, the next one in the line coming down from this 6.0 or greater, it's too bad they can't be truthful with us so we know what to expect. So I haven't seen Dutch do a report yet, so I'm just going to kind of get out there and at least get this out there so people know what we have possibly coming in, okay? It's not a for sure thing. This may have been our saving grace and scrubbed off the energy there, but I doubt it. I believe still that this 6.0 or greater energy is traveling down the fault line, and that maybe possibly later today from this point forward we could see a 6.0 or greater in California, Oregon, or Washington as well, but mostly California, because that's where this pressure joins back together. Okay, it travels down both of these faults and joins back together at this point. So possible 6.0 or greater here, or the geysers, or anywhere along the San Andreas. Okay, so that's about all the time I really got for this. Who's the adrenaline junkie? Oh, we got adrenaline junkies in here. Anyways, I'm sorry, I was looking at the chat here. So yeah, this is a little warning. It's not the end of the world. I'm trying to just be as calm as I can about this. We got 6.0 or greater energy heading towards California. Everybody in California, be on alert. Have an earthquake plan. Know what you're going to do in case an earthquake does happen. If your power goes out, are you in a high rise right now in the Bay Area? Are you going to be trapped and not be able to get down an elevator or what? So, anyways, just got to get that out there. Well, I got a brief moment here, and the battle still rages, and I got to get back to it. And I think that's about it. I really want to stay in chat with you people in the chat, but I can't, dude. I got stuff to do. This is not my time for streaming right now. So, but I got to take a break and tell you guys we have 6.0 or greater energy coming into the West Coast. All right, that's about it. I love you all. I'll be back later on with more, and keep your eyes on the volcanoes too, you guys. This pressure is here, and This object is here. It's causing the pressure. The pressure's causing all this stuff to happen. And weird weather as well. Look out for tidal surges or tidal retreats along coastlines. I'm talking about almost like like the moon changes the tide. Well, these objects' gravity can pull water in different areas and cause tidal retreats where the water pulls away from the coast, or tidal surges where it pushes towards the coast. Also, accompanying this is UFO activity. Look for an uptick in UFO activity. If you guys are into catching pictures of that, keep looking up at the skies. I captured UFOs last night as well. It's on. The game is on. It's going, and the West Coast is quivering right now with anticipation of 6.0 energy coming in. And I don't see any other new quakes since. Yeah, so kind of leave it at that picture right there. Everybody on alert. Our 6.0 hit right off the coast here. It could have scrubbed energy, but it could be energy also moving towards Northern California or all the West Coast, anywhere south of this to South America. That whole zone right now is on alert for a 6.0 or greater earthquake. If it doesn't happen, I will be thankful. All of you guys continue to pray because I'm so thankful for your prayers. That's another thing I need to address. You guys are awesome. Please, please, it's so vital right now, your prayers. And I'm talking your real, sincere prayers. However you're going to formulate them is fine with me. Just pray for people along here. Pray that this earthquake does not set off something too catastrophic in California. All right, that's it for now. I got to hustle. I am in the middle of warfare right now, and I have to get back to it. So love you all. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys a little later on tonight. Bye. I'll be back. I am back.